The planet Rolthus was dying in silence. Above its scarred deserts and shattered cities, the night sky stretched empty, unchanging. The Arveth Dominion had blockaded it for 15 cycles, choking every orbit and beacon, cutting the resistance. Off from all hope, their leaders were executed, their last transmitters crushed. Their prayers unanswered. The last generation of Ralphian rebels had grown up beneath that dark sky, learning that hope was a lie. Except for Jara, she still looked up every night, still whispered stories of the others, the Terrans, the humans, the ones whose worlds burned once long ago, and who swore never again. No Ralphian alive had seen them. The Dominion said they'd vanish, extinct, forgotten. But Jar believed, and sometimes, when the wind howled like grieving spirits through the ruins, even the others dared to listen to her stories. When the Dominion's dreadnought descended over the shattered capital, no one resisted. There was nothing left to resist with. The rebels had no fleet, no satellites, no weapons larger than scavenged rifles. And the Dominion general, Krivos, made sure they knew it. He stood tall atop the rubble of the last temple and addressed the broken people. "You are alone," he boomed. "Your gods are dead. Your ancestors are ash. Your sky is ours. Surrender your last children, or we take them." He raised a clawed hand. Dominion shock troopers marched forward, black armor gleaming, harvesting the next generation for assimilation. Jara watched in silence, standing at the edge of a ruined archway. She clutched a battered old datapad, all that remained of her family, and whispered into the dust. "Please," she breathed, not knowing who she spoke to. "If you're still out there, if Earth ever hears us." A Dominion trooper spotted her. He raised his plasma rifle. She closed her eyes, and then the sky screamed. The clouds didn't part. They ripped open like torn fabric. A sonic boom rolled across the continent, louder than any thunder. Every Dominion sensor lit up in panic. Ralphians fell to their knees, shielding their ears. The clouds above glowed with unnatural fire, and then they saw it. A wound in space, jagged and burning white-hot, opened over the capital. From it descended a black vessel the size of a mountain, angular, fanged, glowing with Terran red along its hull. It bore no flags, no symbols, only a name etched across its side in burning script. U.E. Skyhammer Dominion's dreadnought fired first. The humans didn't fire back. They dropped something. It wasn't a bomb. It was a man. The object plummeted from orbit like a meteor, slamming into the ground just meters from Jara. The shockwave knocked her back. Dust and energy surged outward. And then it stood. It looked human, tall, armored in matte black plating with crimson glowing lines pulsing along its joints. Steam hissed from its boots. Its face was hidden beneath a reinforced helm. It stared straight at the Dominion line. Jara whispered, stunned, "They sent one." The Dominion laughed for all of 10 seconds. Then the man moved. He didn't run. He advanced, a walking storm. Plasma shots bounced off his armor. When they charged him, he unleashed kinetic pulses that pulverized metal. He broke through. 10 troopers in a blur seized a Dominion tank like it weighed nothing and hurled it into the sky. Ralphians had never seen a super soldier. The Dominion had never seen this one. By the time the rest of the human drop pods rained down across the horizon, General Krivos was already transmitting emergency retreat codes. But it was too late. They came like avenging spirits, soldiers. In powered armor, drop mechs crashing into fortresses, drones swarming like judgment. The Skyhammer unleashed precision orbital strikes, disabling Dominion ships without harming a single civilian. Within 6 hours, the Dominion fleet was dust. Within 10, the capital was liberated. By nightfall, a human engineer handed a child a ration bar and simply said, "Sorry we're late." Jara stood atop the ruins, staring at the campfires that now dotted the once dead city. Children laughed. Drones ferried medical supplies. Human officers and Ralphian survivors shared maps, translating words, sharing stories. She approached the soldier who'd landed first, the one they now called the one-man arrival. He sat cleaning his weapon, helmet off. His face was weathered, but his eyes held no arrogance, only calm resolve. "You heard us?" she asked. He nodded. "Old Terran. Satellites caught your beacon. Buried in noise, but we hear everything. We thought no one was coming." He glanced at the night sky, now full of stars, alive with orbiting lights, and whispering human voices on every band. That's what they always want you to believe. She smiled, and he smiled back, and with that simple, tired, utterly human smile, Jara knew the Dominion's greatest fear had come true. Humanity had arrived, and they never left the job half done. Asterisk.